We are joined here by Mr. R.C. Bhargava, Chairman Maruti Suzuki, to talk specifically on the export plans of the company. Sir, what are the export plans of the company? We have seen exports going up and down. What is happening across the world, and how do you see what are the new markets you're planning?
See, Maruti exports have been fairly stable over the last 2-3 years, and they've been growing small amounts, not large, but small amounts. The export markets for us, as determined by Suzuki now, include Africa, the Middle East, some countries in South America, and of course our neighboring Southeast Asian countries which we export to. This will continue. And in addition to this, now we have a new model, the Baleno, which will be exported to Europe and to Japan and various other countries, including the ones I've mentioned. So, depending now on the success which the Baleno has in the export market, especially in Europe and Japan, I would imagine that will shape Suzuki's discussions going forward about making more new models in India and using them for exports. But as I said, that's something in the future. Our normal exports will continue. We'll continue to develop markets in Africa.
Another question, if you would like to answer on that, sir. We are hearing you're planning to set up a plant in Sri Lanka once again. Can you tell us about that, and what are the ifs and buts, if there are, for Sri Lanka market?
See, a company has an option of either exporting CBUs or setting up a plant. Obviously, the decision on these two options has to be made on the questions of economic viability and the risks attendant on each of these options. Making an investment is a much more riskier option. So you take that risk when you're fairly certain that that investment will be a viable investment. Sri Lanka some time ago had reduced duties, import duties on cars, and the sales had gone up sharply. But at those low duties, it was not viable to set up a plant. Recently, the duties have been increased and imports have come down. Now the possibility of a plant becomes more viable. But one needs to have much more detailed discussions with the government of Sri Lanka to look at the long-term prospects of what would be the best option for Maruti and for the Sri Lankan government.
So how important is the Sri Lankan market for you, and what happened last time when you went there or were in discussions in 2013 as well, but you had to pull out at the last moment? What happened that time, and how big is the market?
No, the market is a good sized market. We were exporting, and the demand there was over 20,000 cars a year just by selling CBUs. So it's a growing market. The economy of Sri Lanka is doing very well. So when the economy does well, the car sales also do well. So Sri Lanka is an important market. At that time, as I said, the duties were reduced, and so it didn't remain viable to make cars in Sri Lanka. But we have to look again as to see what would be the best option for all of us.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.